This was the only 75-kilogram fight that we did see. Johan Benbedra beat Bevan Chia from Australia on the first day. And so he's now up against an Egyptian fighter, Ayman Mohammed. Ayman is going to be in the black and Johan is going to be in the red. So a second fight.
Well, we know that our fighter from France, Benbedra, is a very active fighter.
Yeah.
I recall a lot of activity on the side.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can expect that Egypt, who's been here at the international level on the Lei Tai, is bringing some experience as well to this fight.
Well, getting into round one.
Here's an example of that tape that you mentioned. You see, is just flesh-colored. So but we have a fighter taped up there.
Camouflage cape. The tape is what it is.
Look at those hands. France is showing us. Benbedra is showing us some good hands.
Well, this is a fast-paced, energetic
very fast-paced.
indeed.
Look at that.
Look
at that flurry of punches from both fighters.
And this is what everyone has gathered here to see. Top-class Sander at speed.
Well, also what happens is as the Taolu floors finish their defense, everyone's able to turn their attention to Sanda, and we get into these later rounds with really experienced fighters, and it's exciting for everyone in the stadium.
That has been the case. Taolu, wonderful competition, but shorter. And in fact, this is the final day for Taolu. Look at that throw.
That was from one side of the Lei Tai to the other side of the Lei Tai.
The physical strength needed to do that.
That's right. And but Benbedra showed us on one leg being able to stand there, but unfortunately just too much power.
So what this has meant is that it is actually pretty much split between the judges. There's just one judge that's calling it right now towards Egypt's side, and Ayman's 6-3, and now he's got a 5-1 as well. So edging ahead, but not enough, you'd think.
Right, remembering that, and Benbedra was able to bring him off with him, remembering that Mohammed has that wild card in his pocket.
Yeah, of the push-off.
Right, but both fighters willing to take this fight in the center of the Lei Tai, not really rely on pushing off to score some points. There's a nice sidekick, but as you can see, not all judges were able to score the technique. So this is close enough where Benbedra can actually change the course and make this. There, Mohammed was able to get 1 point there from the takedown, and as we move into the last 14 seconds.
The last 15 seconds, he's got enough points.
Absolutely. He has to be able to hold off what would be a determined Benbedra. He's not going to go away easily, and he gets a takedown.
That great strength showed from Benbedra. It's not going to be enough. It's not, well, it's too close to call this one.
We have 3 seconds, so that's a 2-point technique from Mohammed that puts him above.
That was a decisive kick to the face that made a difference. If Johan Benbedra could have come in instead and possibly got the grapple to stop the clock and then come in with a few fists, he was only 2 points off. 8-2, 9-5, 7-3. Yeah, well, if.
There we see that takedown.
It's just interesting to see. There are very few sports around the world where I like to call it micro action, and basketball is a classic example where in the last 5 to 10 seconds with the timeouts, you can get so much activity within those seconds. And I think one of the big concepts that people have to understand is that what you said, Sander time. These rounds are 2 minutes. There is 50 seconds between each round. So altogether, you're looking at about a 10-minute complete fight. But within that, with the clock stopping, with these big moves that are happening in the takedowns, and let's not forget this, I actually wanted to bring this up beforehand, that those punches and kicks that are not counted, for example, if you're in a clench and you're holding, they may not count in terms of the judges, but they certainly count to the person that's getting hit. This is still the amount of pressure that you have to deal with.
This is why you see a lot of folks using thigh kicks while they're in the clinch. They have chest protection on, and you're too close to get some real power out of that. But you'll see the thigh kicks and uppercuts in the clinch to try and do a little bit of damage there. More for the thigh kicks and there's a mistake, a loss of balance there.
That's going to be costly.
But Benbedra has benefited from it, and it puts him in a mini lead here as we move into the first 30 seconds of the fight.
He did show enough in the last seconds of the round that he can score some points, but here's Ayman coming back.
both of these fighters, we talked about the activity that Bembedra shows on the Leitai, and he's showing us here in the second round, where some fighters were completely exhausted by the time they got to a second round.
And that's what everyone watching around the world has to understand. If you're ever thinking about the differences.
Nice right hand there from Muhammad.
There's one of those punches I was talking about.
He was trying to take Bembedra off and ended up going down, and Bembedra earned 2 points to that. So Bembedra stretching this mini lead out across the judges, but still only about 1 or 2 points separated.
It is still very makeable for Ayman Muhammad in the black.
He just got 2 of those points, possibly. No, not scored for that side kick. But it was fast. He has some fast legs, but that one will score him some points.
And that one is now taking him marginally into his own lead.
Beautiful.
Oh, what a takedown.
It's probably both of them down at the same time, if my referee eyes are good at all.
I think they are.
I think they're both down at the same time.
No, Tony, I can test you on that one. You know, I want to see your credentials as a judge. Absolutely. So right now, 5-4, 4-4, 4-2, 4-1, 3-5. It is very makeable for either fighter.
Sure. We see that Muhammad is working his side kick, and when it lands, he's able to get 2 points there. We're moving into the last 30 seconds. Both fighters within winning distance of this round, because most of the judges have scored them only within a couple of points. One judge scored that side kick that Muhammad threw up. But now, because that fist went down for Bembedra, 2 points.
Well, it's a shame that it was a mistake in the end that has led to another mini lead, but with 15 seconds left, you've got to fancy now Ayman Muhammad to make it through to the quarterfinals.
But here's a case where we know Bembedra from France is a strong fighter, that a name we should remember, as should Muhammad, with that front push kick that just extended his lead. Holding on there, holding on to Bembedra's arm. He's not going to lose this by being pushed off.
Well, 1 second left. There was not much you could do. And that's, with that gong, we've now concluded the 75 kilogram category. Exciting stuff as we move into the quarterfinals, and I can tell you that Kun Zhang, the Chinese fighter, he's going to be taking on Sajid from Iran. Gary Chandra from the US will be taking on Arta from Armenia. Ali Abdul Kalikov will take on Elias El Reyes. Yahya Alemdag will take on Ayman Muhammad. All that is going to be happening this afternoon in session 7. So stay tuned to World Wushu TV for that. Tony and myself will be here for that.
That's right. We will remember Yohan Bembedra, and we also will remember Muhammad. These are fighters to watch on Sanda as we continue with a backflip from Muhammad.
I do like these extra little things. We had Nassif Asap yesterday, who, even though he lost, he picked up his opponent.